If you are wondering which destination you must go first for a perfect trip to Kampot in Cambodia, just go for Sampov Pram Temple or Wat Sampov Pram. All magical and mystical things here are set to boost your travel experience up to a new level. Wat Sampov Pram is widely known as a monastery that is situated on the top of the Angkor mountain, a very iconic mountain range in Cambodia. The temple was previously established by the Majesty King of Cambodia that ruled out the country in the 1920s Sen. Every year, both domestic and international tourists visit here to pray for luck and blessings, because they consider Wat Sampov Pram as one of the most sacred spiritual Buddhism places in Cambodia. Another striking feature of the temple that grasps tourists' attention is Wat Sampov Pram is the highest Buddha pagodas in Cambodia. The name of Wat Sampov Pram generally means the Temple of the Five Boats. We can understand this point easily with the appearance of a block of 5 large and flat rock formations located inside the temple, whose shape conveys the images of 5 sailing boats. The locals often link the origin of Wat Sampov Pram with the myth of Priyathong and Niang Neek. The story began with Prince Priyathong, who does not have support and faith from his father king. In contrast, the king favors his brother much more than him and force him to leave everything to his brother. As a response to the unfair decision of his father, Priyathong chose to leave his country and go traveling around the world. One day, when walking on the beach, he saw a couple of girls playing. He instantly fell in love with the beauty of Aquarium Princess Nagani. Then, they started to love each other. When Priyathong wanted to meet her father with an aim to get his permission to marry Nagani, the Dragon King agreed with his daughter's choice and let them get married. After that, since Priyathong wanted to leave the ocean and build his own kingdom, the king wished them luck and gave them 5 giant boats filled with jewelry and servants. The boats finally landed at the location of Wat Sampov Pram. Priyathong considered the new location as his destiny and then decided to establish his one kingdom here. The first thing that will definitely keep you hooked when you join a trip to discover Wat Sampov Pram is the beauty of true Cambodian nature. The natural glamour around the temple is a perfect combination of nature and spirituality. You can take advantage of the incredibly wonderful panoramic sights around the temple to make out of this world pictures yourself. Wat Sampov Pram offers every tourist not only marvelous natural scenery, such as crystal clear sea and lush green jungle, but also amazing relics, including exquisitely carved statues and golden bas reliefs. Wat Sampov Pram is still operational by monks, so sometimes you could see them meditating around the temple. It will be a good idea to hire a tour guide to explain the historic significance of the buildings. Wat Sampov Pram is nearly 37 kilometers from Kampot town. To get to the temple, you can choose one of the options below. When a taxi trip will cost you about 20 USD, and a minivan tour bus will cost 10 USD, a trip on a shared taxi is considered more money-saving as you just spend at least 5 USD per trip. However, many people believe the easiest and cheapest way to travel to Wat Sampov Pram from Kampot is by motorbike. Make sure to prepare a liter or 2 at the fuel station before you start off your motorbike journey, since the road to get to the fuel station on the mountain is very far and prohibitively costly. Also, you need to remember to bring some warm clothes and a raincoat, as the temperature on the Angkor mountain goes down quickly at night, and it is often foggy and rainy at the top of the mountain range. If your starting point is Phnom Penh City and you want to get to Kampot, you may consider these suggestive choices. Traveling by taxi is always one of the most rapid options. If you choose to hop on a taxi to get to Kampot, your journey can be cut short by at least half an hour. A normal taxi with 4 seats may cost you an amount of money ranging from 35 USD to 65 USD. You are recommended to avoid peak seasons as prices tend to escalate. You also need to ask your taxi driver whether they are taking you on a straight path to your final destination, or just making deliveries, as these deliveries will add more travel time to your trip. Another option available here to get you to Kampot from Phnom Penh is a bus. There is a host of bus companies transfer between these two spots. However, most buses do not follow a direct route, as it often stops in Kep First, which unexpectedly extends your trip to 5 hours. To get more reliable information, you should book your tickets with a travel agent. Let's take Giant Ibis as a prime example. Getting to Kampot on a 3-hour Giant Ibis bus seems to be the safest option, as many passengers recommend. More noticeably, this bus trip can provide you with modern amenities, including comfortable reclining seats, power outlets, and Wi-Fi connection. The last option recommended for travelers getting to Kampot is a train. Normally, a train journey will take between 4 and 5 hours with a $6 USD ticket. You can buy tickets at the ticket office at Phnom Penh Station. Remember the opening hours of the station that are regularly from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. from Monday to Friday, and from 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. on the weekend. It is a good idea to go for the Friday train to have a trip less busy than trips on other days. All in all, Wat Sampov Pram is a must-visit destination you should not overlook to have an ideal trip to the south side of Cambodia. It is advisable for you to take deep research on spots like Wat Sampov Pram of your itinerary to Kampot to get useful information and better preparation for marvelous things ahead. Situated in the heart of Siem Reap, Cambodia, Wat Sampov Pram symbolizes the country's rich cultural heritage and spiritual traditions. This ancient Buddhist temple, dating back to the 12th century, is a hidden gem that often gets overshadowed by the grandeur of the iconic Angkor Wat complex. As you approach the temple grounds, you'll be greeted by the peace that seems to envelop the entire area. The detailed carvings and ornate details on the temple's walls and structures are a breathtaking display of artistic mastery, reflecting the skillful hands of ancient Khmer artisans. Beyond its aesthetic appeal, Wat Sampov Pram Cambodia holds a deep spiritual significance for the local community. Nestled on the summit of Bokor Mountain in Cambodia, Wat Sampov Pram, also known as the Five Boats Temple, is a charismatic Buddhist pagoda steeped in history and boasting breathtaking views. Constructed by a Cambodian king in the 1920s, the temple served as a spiritual center within the once grand French colonial resort of Bokor Hill Station. Wat Sampov Pram's name comes from the unique rock formations on the temple grounds. These large flat rocks resemble a cluster of 5 sailing boats, adding a distinctive touch to the site. While the Khmer Rouge regime damaged the temple, it has since been restored and remains an active monastery. The pagoda is considered one of the highest in Cambodia, offering stunning panoramic vistas across the surrounding jungles and coastline. You might even glimpse Vietnam's Phu Quoc Island on a clear day. Visitors come to this place for various reasons, some for its religious significance and a chance to pray for blessings, others for the historical intrigue, and many simply to soak in the spectacular scenery and peaceful atmosphere. Perched atop Bokor Mountain in Cambodia lies Wat Sampov Pram, a Buddhist pagoda. The temple's construction is attributed to King Monivong's reign, which began in 1909-124. This era coincided with the development of Bokor Hill Station as a French colonial resort, making Wat Sampov Pram a part of a unique historical tapestry. The name, Wat Sampov Pram, translates to Five Boats Pagoda. This moniker originates from 5 large flat rock formations within the temple grounds. Local lore connects these rocks to the myth of Priathong and Niang Nik. The story tells of Prince Priathong, disfavored by his father, the king, who sets sail on a journey of exploration. The 5 rock formations are said to represent the departing ships, forever linked to the legend. Beyond its mythical associations, this place has endured as a place of spiritual significance. Pilgrims and worshippers frequent the temple to offer prayers and seek blessings. Scholars are also drawn to the site's tranquility, finding it conducive to meditation and chanting. Though not as ornate as some Cambodian temples, the architectural style possesses a certain majesty, particularly when viewed in the context of the breathtaking mountain vistas. Perched atop Bokor Mountain in Cambodia lies Wat Sampov Pram, a Buddhist pagoda. The temple's construction is attributed to King Monivong's reign, which began in 1924. This era coincided with the development of Bokor Hill Station as a French colonial resort, making Wat Sampov Pram a part of a unique historical tapestry. The name Wat Sampov Pram translates to 5 boats pagoda. This moniker originates from 5 large flat rock formations within the temple grounds. Local lore connects these rocks to the myth of Priya Thong and Niang Nik. The story tells of Prince Priya Thong, disfavored by his father, the king, who sets sail on a journey of exploration. The 5 rock formations are said to represent the departing ships, forever linked to the legend. Beyond its mythical associations, this place has endured as a place of spiritual significance. Pilgrims and worshippers frequent the temple to offer prayers and seek blessings. Scholars are also drawn to the site's tranquility, finding it conducive to meditation and chanting. Though not as ornate as some Cambodian temples, the architectural style possesses a certain majesty, particularly when viewed in the context of the breathtaking mountain vistas. Wat Sampov Pram is open to visitors daily from sunrise to sunset. This generally translates to somewhere between 6:00 a.m. and 5:30 p.m., although timings can vary slightly depending on the season. It's always best to check with your hotel or guest house for the most accurate timings during your visit. It is open to visitors throughout the year. Still, the most favorable time to explore is during the spring season. The average temperature throughout the year hovers around a comfortable 25 degrees. However, the monsoon season, extending from June to October, brings charm. Even though it rains for approximately 2 hours each day during this period, the temple remains accessible. Due to the likelihood of encountering clouds, fog, wind, and rain, it's advisable to come prepared with a rain jacket and layered clothing to stay warm. It is located in Cambodia's Priya Monivong Bokor National Park. Below are ways to reach Wat Sampov Pram. The nearest major airport is Phnom Penh International Airport PNH. You can take a taxi or ride-sharing service from the airport to Wat Sampov Pram. The journey takes about 1.15 hours, depending on traffic conditions. Alternatively, you can pre-book a private car transfer from the airport to the temple. This place is about 20 kilometers south of Phnom Penh city center. You can take a taxi, tuk-tuk, or ride-sharing service to the temple. The road to Wat Sampov Pram is well maintained and offers scenic views of the surrounding countryside. If you are comfortable riding a motorbike, rent one and explore the countryside on your way to the temple. Motorbikes are a popular way to get around Cambodia and offer a great way to see the sights at your own pace. However, it is important to be aware of the traffic conditions in Cambodia and to ride defensively. There is no train station near Wat Sampov Pram. The nearest train station is Phnom Penh Station, but it is not a convenient option for reaching the temple. Cambodia has no well-developed railway system, and trains are not a common travel method.